Hello, my name is Mason Smith, and this is my Robotics 2 final challenge. So, just a little summation of the screens. This is the base frame that I'm capturing and doing all my video analysis on. So, once I capture this, I subtract all the other colors away from the screen to get a red-only image. So this screen only displays red objects. And this is just some masking and filtering to clean it up to make it easier to detect the shape I want to. So the shape I want to detect is a red square. And this window will only show the red square that is tracking, and the stepper will center the camera onto that object. And up here is just the different objects that are segmented out. So object 1, 2, 3, 4. So those will only be red objects, as well as that's what I use to count the number of contours around the object. So if the number of contours is 4, like a rectangle, then it'll detect that and display it here. But right now there's no red squares in the view, so this is just frozen. So this only updates when it has the tracking object. So this Python shell is just displaying the values that are being sent to the PSOC. I'll give you a closer look in a sec. Right now, as you can see, the camera's panning back and forth since it doesn't have a tracking object in view. So once I put it in there, it'll center on the camera, send the value to the PSOC, and will maintain a constant center image of this. So here is the red object in view. As you can see, it centers in the red triangle, red square, stops panning. If I move it, it follows it. Centers it. Move it to wherever, back, regardless of the background images. And then when I take it away, it'll wait a second to make sure that it's still not in view, and then go back to panning. So, a little more close-up look at some of the code. So basically these are the values I'm sending to the PSOC for the panning, just back and forth, back and forth. Here is some of my code. Get view that. So basically we start just by doing some image filtering and thresholding, get the red image. This is just some masking to do filtering. So the image segmentation, so it'll go through each object that it detects from the connected components, and then it'll show those components. It'll detect the contours on each of those components, and then if it hasn't detected a red square besides the first background image, which happens to be a square as well, then you will draw on the frame the outline and say that you have found the object you're looking for and it's on screen. So it'll exit this loop, and then if it doesn't detect it, this is the panning function, and then if it does, calculate the center mass, and then with a KP of 0.7 is what I got for my step response, which this may be different for other people just because I do have a smoothing function right here. So it kind of takes out some of the jitter of when it doesn't detect it. So it slows down before it comes to a complete stop and assumes it's not there. So, yep, and then here just sends a serial command. And then this is the step response for this particular shoot, but the one that's more clearly labeled is over here. Where's that? So this guy. So this is the step response that I use to verify that it is a damping ratio zeta of 0.7, and here's my calculations that I got from that. So yeah, that's my final challenge. Thank you very much.